Alrighty. It is the last day of 2024, which means every NLL team has a resolution for 2025, whether they want to admit it or not. And I'll admit, this was an interesting topic to do because we just had a wish list. And unlike a wish list, a team can wish for something, but these are kind of like the current state of the team. What do they just need to change or improve on? Not necessarily a wish list, but things they think are attainable. Like a mood swing or something like that. So let's get into it. So we're going to go alphabetical order today. I'm going to go with the... Did I really do that? Hold on, folks. Alrighty, we're going to start off with the Albany Firewolves. And the Albany Firewolves, it is simple. Find out what works again. We just talked about it. They know they were really good last year. But find out what works and adapt to the changes of what these teams are doing. It's not a hard concept. Again, last year they really exceeded expectations. This year they've underachieved, and there's a fine line to walk, which I'm sure they can do. I have faith in them to do so. How about the Buffalo Bandits? This is actually a simple one as well. Make Sabres and Bills fans Bandits fans. Now, let's be honest, folks. The Sabres are not good, even though they're actually better than I thought they were because they're not actually last in the NHL like everyone thinks they are, but they're still not great. And the Buffalo Bills, we hope Josh Allen is the MVP, and they hope that the Bills can win the Super Bowl, but there's 32 teams in that league. Meanwhile, you got a team looking for a three-peat in the National Lacrosse League. Just convert those teams over to your squad. Or convert those fans over to your squad. Next up, the Calgary Roughnecks. Stop being jerks. It's just a mood thing, And it's another Del Bianco thing, but it's do we really need to hold on to this guy and just let him rot? Or is it kind of just us being a-holes? I think it's just that. I don't think it's more. I don't think it's a contract thing. I don't think they actually think he's going to come back. They're just being jerks, so that's fine. But come on, man. Do better, Calgary. How about Colorado? They're going to make sure the regular season matters. And again, some of these things, it's some people say I'm going to stop drinking or I'm going to stop smoking. It's to be fair, they don't sometimes work. So will Colorado take the regular season seriously? So far they have. They're also only 2-2 after a hot start. Ottawa Black Bears. Don't make Jeff Teats a one-man show. Even if you don't trade for anybody, that's such a drastic change. It's more of a wish list thing. But can they find a way to play team ball and not just let the ball die in one-man stick? Because he's got LeBron James syndrome. I said it before. He's got the thing where he wants to pass it more than he wants to shoot it, and sometimes you just want him to take the shot, but he doesn't do so. He's a nice guy. Next up, the Georgia Swarm. Their resolution is simply to keep it up, really. Just keep up the good work. Don't get complacent with the 4-0 start. 4-0 start. You're number one in the standings. Make it count. Next up, we've got the Halifax Thunderbirds. Their resolution is to be more mature. I'm not going to harp on this, but I mentioned these two names and you're going to know what I'm talking about. David Brock, who's now in Las Vegas, and Tyson Bell. Just be professional, And it can be done. It can be done. Next up, the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. I'll be honest, this one was tough, but hope that your defense can support Landon Kells. I've been a Landon Kells truther / skeptic the last few weeks, and rightfully so. But it does make sense that Las Vegas probably has a bad defense in front of Kells as well. Because Kells can get hot. All these 14 goals in the league. They're not all great, but they're also not, I don't think any of them are terrible. So I think, support your boy Landon Kells. It's not a hard thing to do. Could be worse. Ottawa Black Bears. We already did them. How about the Philadelphia Wings? Keep on dressing well, but a simple fix. Post your fresh fits, as you'll see in the next segment. They didn't do it. And I don't know what's been going on this year. I've gotten more fresh fits from their players than I have the actual team. Whatever, who cares? Rochester Nighthawks. Don't let the vibes get too low. I know you guys always, when Rochester plays a good team, they look soft, they fall flat on their face, and it's like, But being swept by the Bandits has got to kill them, right? Don't let it happen. Keep improving. Realize it's a long season. Hope the Bandits are peaking early, like I said yesterday, and you should be fine. Rochester, you've got the arena extension. Just keep it up, man. Don't let the vibes get too low. Pat Gregoire said, by the way, NLL TSM may or may not have done the segment for all the Canadian teams at halftime. Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what? We have this plan, Mr. Gregoire. That's a great point, though. Oh, wow. Next up, the Saskatchewan Rush. Fill the barn like the good old days. And I'm not sure. I don't have the answers to how that works. One of the things maybe to keep winning, you guys are like, 2 or 3-1 right now for the Rush? That's a good start. It's nowhere near what it used to be in Edmonton or even the early days of Saskatchewan. But find a way to fill the barn. I don't think it's that hard, but it's a task nonetheless. San Diego Seals. Put the West Coast on the map. I'm going to name these teams to you. Tell me if any of them matter to you. Vancouver Warriors. San Diego Seals. Saskatchewan Rush. Calgary Roughnecks. I mean, that doesn't count now. Panther City Lacrosse Club. Las Vegas Underdogs. Seals might be the best one there right now. And we don't even know if they're that great right now. So, I'm just saying. Put the West Coast on the map, Seals. Toronto Rock. Find some motivation. It's hard losing to Buffalo every single year. It's even harder to want to get better this year when Buffalo looks the way they do and then you're injured to pieces. So just hope, well, not hope, but just find some motivation to want to get better. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Producer Joe is doing multiple things behind the scenes, not just tickers. And finally, Vancouver Warriors. Embrace the future. Again, these are not, super big deals. They're just things that, they can work on. None of this is the level of quit smoking, but just teams can work on these things, and I think they're attainable. Again, for the Vancouver Warriors, embrace the future. Swallow up whatever Kurt Malosky is teaching you. Keep building on it. And you too can be above average once again for Vancouver. That's mean.